It is currently Tuesday, June 12th, 2 p.m. On Monday, May 28th, I listened to an interesting article at work by Ian Hacking on Goffman and Foucault. In this article, Hacking suggested that it would help Foucault to be supplemented by Goffman's symbolic interactionism. On Wednesday, May 30th, I went to Nine Irish Brothers with Carolyn to celebrate her defense. It was a very successful defense, but it was also a very long defense. It lasted about 3 hours. Thursday, May 31st was a sad day for me because Sarah went to Peru to do some research for her thesis. On Friday, June 1st, I listened to another interesting article at work. This article was by Moya Lloyd, and it was on feminism and Foucault. She does a very good job in this article of summarizing some of the issues that Foucault raises for feminism. On Saturday, June 2nd, none of the other sorters came to work, so I was there all by myself. It was also the 9th day in a row that I had worked for a total of 84.5 hours. On Sunday, June 3rd, I went to Einstein's in the morning in a successful attempt to maintain my sleeping schedule. I processed a lot of notes that I had taken over the week and also did lots of thinking. In the evening, I attempted to make some chicken and rice soup in a slow cooker, but I think that there was a problem with the recipe that I used because the rice disintegrated and it turned into this sort of gruel rather than a soup, but I still ended up eating it anyway. On Monday, June 4th, I went to Taco Rico with Hubert and Carolyn for Mexican Monday. On Tuesday, June 5th, work was pretty brutal. I think that my lack of sleep was catching up to me at that point, and I decided that it would probably be a good idea to get a little bit more than 4 or 5 hours of sleep each night. On Wednesday, June 6th, I watched So You Think You Can Dance with Donovan and Hubert, and it made me reflect on the passion and effort that I'm putting into my academic work. On Friday, June 8th, I went to Luxie's with a friend from work, and it was interesting to hear stories about someone growing up here in Lafayette. On Saturday, June 9th, I went with Hubert to Chicago for the day. Hubert had to go to Chicago to conduct an interview, and so while he was conducting his interview, I went on a walk around that area. I ended up walking about 2.5 miles, starting at Crate and Barrel 2 and Trader Joe's. There were a lot of nice things at Crate and Barrel 2, but nothing that I could afford. And even though it was my first trip to Trader Joe's, there were just too many options and I couldn't decide on anything to buy. I also stopped by the Pleasure Chest and got a small gift for myself. After Hubert finished his interview, we went to Pompeii for dinner, but when we were parking, we found that there was this mangled door in the space that we were trying to park in, and then we discovered that a large truck had sideswiped several of the cars in that area.